So we are at the city event. We are here to ask people about the cost of living here in Singapore.
Yeah, y'all like to capo about people, cost of living and salary. So yeah, here we are helping y'all to capo.
How much money should you be making annually to have a comfortable living in Singapore?
5k a month, so 60k a year.
So little.
I want more lah, but preferably 6 digits lah. 100k, 80 to 100. I think to live comfortably. So that's around 6 to 8k a month.
4k per month is great. About 70,000.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think about there also 70,000-80,000.
Maybe like $150,000.
Wow, okay.
Probably 100k is enough, but it really depends on your expenses lah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Means 30-40k.
40k.
At least, okay.
I would say 60k.
My personal benchmark is try to hit the maximum CPF salary limit, which is $6,800 this year. Yeah, then next year it will increase $7,200. I think this is a good benchmark for people to hit so you can maximize your CPF contribution.
I think around maybe 5,000 per month. So per year is about 60,000.
So what does the 5,000 pay for?
I think it's just like basic survival, yeah, you know, like groceries, food, transport, yeah, some savings, yeah.
So what is your biggest financial stress right now?
Right now, getting a house, I think that's probably most Singaporeans' largest ticket expenditure in the foreseeable future.
Buying a house, cost of living. The prices of like daily essentials are increasing at a very fast rate that is not like comparable to what the income is right now.
Like right now, probably like planning for like future. So like when I get a car, house, you know, those kind of big ticket items, I think probably that. Yeah.
But do you have a family yet?
I know. I mean, I have a family, but I'm not supporting anybody. So
Okay.
yeah.
How about you? What's the biggest financial stress?
Yeah, I think because we're similar life stage, so when thinking about the next like 10 years, right now being in our 20s, we're thinking of like car, house. I think in the longer term, also thinking about like, do we have enough money to retire also? But that's much longer term.
Saving for a house.
Saving for a house.
Yeah.
How expensive is your house?
Minimally also about 500k ba.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like you see all the news, right? With all the HDB being sold for like 1 million plus. Yeah, so it's getting more expensive.
My biggest financial stress right now is that I don't really know what comes after marriage. Like suddenly you have a baby, then all your previous financial calculations are out of whack already because you really don't know how much it costs to really bear a kid. I mean, for yourself and wife can, but maybe the kid you really don't.
Unexpected stuff.
Biggest financial stress, maybe is the house mortgage.
Can I say parents? A very filial child. How much money do you think you need to be saving up for retirement?
At least 1 million.
About 1 million to live comfortably.
Yeah.
Okay.
$1 million, 2 million?
Okay.
Yeah, I would think so.
I don't have a figure off the top of my head but I know at least try to hit the CPF FRS at least.
CPF FRS.
Yeah, at least that first, yeah. But not enough. I think on top of that, you still need other safety nets.
I think for me to have a comfortable retirement, I will need about at least 5 to 6k every month. Of course, you have to factor in like inflation, so that will be like in 50 years time, so even more. But yeah, but I don't have an exact figure in mind. What about you?
$1 million. This one I got no video. But really, I think a lot of you will disagree with $1 million. The most important thing is how much is enough for you. Is your lifestyle $2,000 per month, $3,000 per month, or some of you is $10,000 per month, or maybe even higher. So you really need to see your investment vehicles, how much can they generate for you in terms of passive income, and maybe you are doing some side hustle, active kind of thing like a barista fire, then maybe that can add on to your income.
Last time I checked, maybe like 700,000, I think. Yeah,
You'll be retiring at which age?
maybe 50 million plus. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's a good plan.
3 million. We felt how comfortable I want it to be, but
Okay, few million.
must be like you, how big.
I think it really depends on the type of lifestyle you want to kind of achieve. We all have that magic number, use the 4% rule. Personally, for me, I think it's right around 900 to 1.2 million. So that's around 36 to 48,000 in terms of what I need for longevity and to kind of mitigate any risks.
Good news, Moomoo has just partnered with Nasdaq to launch Nasdaq Total View, a feature that gives deeper and more powerful insights into its listed stocks. This includes 60 levels of bid and ask, as well as seeing the bigger picture with 20 times the liquidity of a standard level 2 order book. With this, you can now uncover liquidity demand and supply to better identify support and resistance levels with ease, thereby helping you to accurately forecast price trends as well as optimize the timings of your buy and sell trades. To enjoy this feature, new users can sign up with my link down below, and for existing users, you can open up your app, head over to Me, Promotion, then claim your 3 months free trial of Nasdaq Total View. After that, open up a stock that you want to analyze, click on the order book icon and make sure Total View is selected and you are good to go. Besides this new feature, Momo Singapore is currently offering some very generous promotions. First, you get to enjoy a 6.8% per annum guaranteed returns for up to 30 days on your first 80,000 Singapore dollars invested with Momo Cash Plus. Though, please note that Momo Cash Plus is an investment product. This is not comparable and is different from savings deposits. Principal is not guaranteed and up to 30 days of 6.8% per annum is guaranteed only during the promotional period. Investment in any capital market products involves risk and a risk to lose principal. On top of that, you will be able to unlock up to 4 stock bundles of the top 5 traded US stocks worth $70 each and an Apple share worth $243, plus up to $20 cash coupon exclusive rewards when you sign up using my link. So there's 990 Singapore dollars worth of welcome rewards in total. Holding period and buy trades apply. So if you are interested in taking your investments to the next level, do try out Momo Singapore. And with that being said, let's get back to the video.
What do you think about the cost of living in Singapore?
I think the pressing thing right now is like the food prices. Suddenly the food prices like increased like from the last 2 years. I felt it. Like actually like as a student you feel it.
Okay.
Actually for HDBs, I feel like HDBs are like affordable.
Okay.
If you really wanted to, you could afford a HDB. But I think if like you're thinking about like private properties, those kind of landed properties, I think maybe it's getting a bit more like unattainable.
So I think like the day-to-day stuff is getting more expensive. Whether it's like food or utilities, it's still, I think when compared to other countries, we are still doing pretty okay, I would say. It's not like, you go to another country and then suddenly or like just one restaurant can easily be $30 lah. I think we still have good options out there. But the bigger ticket items, as you said, house, car, I think slowly getting a bit more out of reach for the average Singaporean.
Personally, I find it not really manageable because if you're talking about things like maybe how much people used to earn in the past once they get like an entry-level job versus now, the increase is not a lot. But then in terms of like expenses, for example, housing, car, it's a huge increase. So it doesn't really...
huge.
Yeah. So it doesn't really align.
But what about food, daily life, this kind of stuff?
I think if you're talking about like maybe everyday cai fan, this kind, even those we see some increases.
Okay.
But if we're talking about like cafe food, which a lot of young people are going for these days, right? Then I feel like that's where you can get quite out of hand, especially with inflation, cost of living increase. Yeah, the menu prices are like increasing like crazy. Like we saw the truffle fries just now, $20. Yeah, for a portion of truffle. Oh, the hot chocolate at let's not name names, but one cup is about $16.
Not manageable. That's why I'm not in Singapore. I'm here for this event only. Tomorrow I fly out already. Yeah, so yeah, for some of you may know, right, I'm semi-based in Malaysia because my wife is from there. So the cost of living there is much more manageable, especially for a Singaporean who is earning SGD. So Singapore, I think most expensive things are your cars and houses lah. Other than that, I think eating in Singapore still generally okay, although it is still quite expensive to eat out, but hawker center, I think they are fine.
I think it is quite manageable right now, but I think it's rising over the years. So yeah, we have to maybe save more and then keep our expenses in check.
Are you comfortable with the standard of living that you have right now?
Comfortable, yes, but definitely would like something better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Of course, can be better. For now, it's quite a comfortable level. Compared to a few years ago, maybe you are still worrying about money, especially in your earlier years of career. But it will get better as long as you continue to upgrade, change your job, get a higher pay, or even start side hustles and watch both of our channels. Then you can improve your financial knowledge.
Yeah, watch this channel. Yeah, I think Singapore is a good place to live in. So yeah, I'm quite comfortable. Thank you.
I would say so. Yeah, I would say so. I mean, I got good parents. So okay.
I think we all have to recognize the role that privilege has played in our lives. So I think to a certain extent, we are comfortable with the standard of living that we have. We also understand that this, not everybody may benefit from such privileges. It's all for the average person, the answers may differ.
Okay. Yeah, very simple. Happy with eating, everything. Okay, all good.
But you have not married yet, right?
No.
Okay, that's fine.
So okay.
For me specifically, I just graduated, so I'm just at the start like really at the start of the career. So I think there's still a lot of room to grow. I kind of want to focus more on learning. So in terms of standard of living, as long as I'm under my parents, I'm not paying rent, I think it's still fine because most of it is either saving, going traveling, or just spending normally.
Comfortable, but can be better. But it's just like, can be better is like if you have your personal transport or that, but now it's just using public transport.
Any tips on how to budget your finance?
Any tip on how to budget your finance, subscribe to Kelvin Learns Investing. I think he go through a lot of good financial concepts, especially if you really want to learn the mindset, why you must save money, why you must earn money. Because some of you save money, but you don't know for what. Okay, you just want to accumulate a huge pile of money, but don't know what you want to do with the money. So you also need to know when to spend. I think that is how you can look at traveling better, maybe on the miles side, and taking business class, bring your family along for more travel trips, create more happy memories, create a freedom that you want to have.
Be aware of what you're spending and then have regular reviews. Yeah, like what you spend on and stuff like that.
I mean, I'm still a student, so but I do work a little bit. So whatever I earn, I think generally what I try to do is like keep like savings in another like bank account. Maybe I just try to spend like 20% of my cash I earn every month. So that's about it, yeah.
Personally, for me, it's just try and keep your expenses as low as possible. You need to distinguish between your needs and your wants.
We help you to like keep track of your fixed expenses every month. Yeah, at least a fixed one. Then maybe once in a while, track those big ticket purchases as well. Yeah, so I would say main tip, tracking.
I think, same, no need to track. If not, you always think like, 1块钱, but then every time the 1块钱become like, they will accumulate out.
So how's the experience so far? Okay, every year, the same thing, meet the sponsors, take a lot of photos, yeah. I think you are getting popular soon also.
You mean I'm not popular now? I'm so sad.
Popular. Check out Seth's video for the interview. I'm pretty sure. Also check follow his Telegram channel. Okay. Bye.
Hi.